All right, so on the Chapter 3 review today, we are covering all of the concepts that are on your test. There is nothing on this PowerPoint that is a waste of your time. Okay, your test is 25 questions. How many questions?
25.
25. 20 of them are from Chapter 3. 5 of them are from Chapters 1 and 2. And we'll talk about that at the end of class. You will have a review section on every test that you take this year. Why do you think you have review sections on your test? Okay, because of midterms and finals for one, and because that cumulative practice is so important. So we're going to throw some of that into the mix today as well. All right, so in the first slide, we're talking about angle relationships. Guys, it's no surprise, this is the first section on your test tomorrow, where I ask you to identify one pair of each of the types of angle relationships that we learned in Chapter 3. Corresponding, vertical, supplementary, alternate exterior, and alternate interior. It will become obvious to me very quickly how many of you have studied this and how many of you have not. Because really what it comes down to is having these memorized. If you have them memorized, it's really easy to pick out the pairs. It's very simple to pick out the pairs. All right, let's start with corresponding. Anybody see a pair of corresponding angles? Tatiana? Okay. She said 1 and 8. Do you agree?
Yes.
No. Those are not in the same location. Let's start with 1. All right. Look at where 1 is in respect to all the other angles on that intersecting point. What is its corresponding angle? 5. Okay. Now let's just pick out a couple more. What's another pair? Just tell me, Kayla.
7 and 3.
7 and 3. What's another pair?
2 and 6.
2 and 6. And what's the last one? 4 and 8. Guys, you can write any of them down. I'm just going to write 1 and 5. Okay? I'm not even going to be picky on the angle symbol. All right, let's talk vertical angles now. Let's talk vertical angles. Let me erase what I have highlighted. Okay? Vertical angles are opposite each other. Completely opposite. And we know that their measures are equal. So let's do angle 3. Which angle is vertical to 3, Jakari? 4. It's opposite. Okay. Which angle is vertical to 1? 2. Because it's opposite. Guys, you can pick any pair you want. There are 4 pairs to choose from. I'm just going to say 1 and 2. Okay. So if angle 1 was 92 degrees, what would angle 2 be? 92 degrees. Vertical angles are congruent in measure. All right, now pick a pair of supplementary angles. Supplementary.
Are they like the same?
Nope. Sam, what's a pair of supplementary?
1 and 4.
1 and 4. They're next to each other. They lie on the same line. 1 and 4 share that common side. All right, guys, there are 8 pairs to choose from. 1 and 4. What's another pair? Just tell me. 5 and, wait, what? 7 and 6. 3 and 2. 8 and 6. 5 and 8. Come on, guys. What's 5 and 7? 2 and 4. Okay, very good. Now, alternate exterior angles. The exterior angles, guys, let me switch my color, are outside the parallel lines. Okay, so you see the parallel lines going up and down, okay, slanted. Now, alternate exterior means on the opposite side of the transversal. So you see angle 1 here is on the top side of the transversal. So the alternate exterior would be on the bottom part of the transversal on the other side of the parallel lines. They're not, no, they're not vertical. Alternate exterior. 1 and 6. They're on the outside and they're on opposite sides of the transversal. Okay? So we're going to say 1 and 6. I want you to try to pick out a pair of alternate interior. Alternate interior. Milani? Do you agree with her? 2 and 5, and what's my other pair?
4 and 7.
4 and 7. Okay, so I'm expecting greatly improved scores on this section tomorrow. Okay? Drastically improved scores in this section tomorrow. It's the first section on your test. Okay? All right. So now, guess what? We're not done yet. Okay? We are not done with angle relationships. Now we're going to use the angle relationships to actually find the measures. All the angle relationships that we just described, we have to use them. All right? So the Y portion of the quiz was really, really bad. Most of you missed the angle measures as well. Okay? So let's try to clarify, things that we're missing here that are kind of messing you up. All right, look at the given angle measure. This is our starting point. Based on the given angle measure, what is the measure of angle 2? Write it down. Do not say it out loud yet. And why? Okay? All right, go ahead and write down your answers. All right, what is it, Sam? What is it? What's the angle measure?
For 2, right?
Yeah, for angle 2.
For angle 2 is 84.
It's 84 degrees, guys. Because it is vertical to the given angle measure. It's vertical to 84, the angle measure that we were given. Okay, so it's vertical to 84 to the given angle of 84 degrees. All right, what about 4? What about 4, angle 4? And you got to tell me why. You got to tell me why. There's a hint, okay? It has something to do with angle 2. All right, Robbie, what do you think on angle 4?
96 degrees.
Why is it 96?
Supplementary to...
Supplementary. To angle 2, or you could say to 84 degrees. Guys, if I were you, on your test, I would fill it in on the diagram. I think that that's helpful. Okay? Go ahead now and find 6 and 7. Measure of angle 6. Just tell me, what is it? What's the measure of angle 6? 84 again. Why?
Alternate exterior.
Ooh, alternate exterior. I like it. It's alternate exterior to the given angle measure. Why else would it be 84? Corresponding. That's what I put. Corresponding to 2. I like it, Robbie. The alternate exterior. That was good. All right, what about angle 7? There's one obvious reason for sure. What's angle 7?
Vertical at 6.
Yeah, vertical is 6, guys. Or is it alternate interior to anything?
2.
Yeah, it's alternate interior to 2.
Oh,
Or it's corresponding. 84. Okay. All right. Does that help, guys? Does that clear it up? Hopefully you're looking at your quizzes and you're kind of figuring out what you did wrong on your quiz, too. All right. So now, interior measures of triangles. You guys did actually pretty well on this. All right, but there's a couple mistakes that I'm still seeing, and scratching my head a little bit on it. Hopefully we can figure out where the disconnect is on this one. Okay, so go ahead and try to set up your equations. When I say you must show work, I have to see an equation. And I would say for the most part, like over 90% of the quizzes yesterday had equations. So this is definitely not where we're struggling on solving this, but I still had way too many people missing this problem. All right, go ahead and set up your equations. Okay, so here's my equation. How many of you wrote x plus 30 plus x plus 63 in some order or combination? Did you guys write that? Equals 180. Okay. Now I need to combine my like terms. Where did my 2x come from? I have a lot of people messing this up. Guys, x, please listen. There's way too much noise. X plus x is 2x. Those are 1s in front of the x's that are understood. 1 plus 1 is 2. X plus x is 2x. Please do not miss that tomorrow. Okay? All right, that's a real simple adjustment we can make. Subtract 93 from both sides. It is not a even value. That's okay. This is only one of the answers. This is your x equals, but this is not your final answer. Okay? So this is 2 questions on your test tomorrow. Now, I need to identify my 3 angle measures as being 63, 43.5, and what is my 3rd angle measure? 73.5. I plug it in up here and I add 30. If it's multiplication, guys, you multiply. Okay? Whatever operation is connected to x. So it's 73.5 degrees for all of them. Okay? 2 answers on your test tomorrow. Interior and exterior. There are multiple ways to find this. Okay? How many of you look at this and you say, I'm going to solve for x first? I'm going to solve for x first. Totally fine. Okay? However, that is not the way that I recommend. Because there is an easier way. And that is solving for y first. Okay? Hold on one sec. I got to get that email off there. Okay. Solve for y first. Because y is equal to what? Right off the bat, you can do this in your head. The exterior angle is equal to what? Can anybody tell me? Robbie.
The 2 angles that aren't x.
The 2 angles that are not connected. What does that box in the bottom angle mean? 90 degrees. What's 90 plus 50? Yep, that's exactly right. Did you do that in your head? Absolutely, you can do it in your head. And you just show the work. Okay? Y equals 90 plus 50. Add the 2 interior angles that are not connected. Y equals 140. And guess what? X equals 180 minus 40. They're supplementary. So x equals 40 degrees. All right? Now, 140. Sorry. And then x equals 40 degrees. Guys, there is a very practical way that you can check to at least make sure that, I can't guarantee you didn't switch up your x and your y, but these 2 angles together, x and y, on your test tomorrow must equal 180 degrees. I would say there is a very large percentage of the problems that were wrong. You should have known as soon as you wrote down your answer that it was wrong because it did not equal 180. Okay? So, those 2 angles together are supplementary. They have to equal 180. All right? That's the way that I suggest that you do it. Exterior angle first, add the 2 interior angles not connected, and then subtract that measure from 180. Polygons. All right? Actually, I was pretty impressed by how many people got this question correct. Go ahead and set up your equation. Set up your equation, please. Okay, finding the interior angle measure of a polygon. Okay, here's the number 1 thing that people are struggling with. Total. How do I know what my total is going to be? 180, 720, 900, 1080, 1440. What is my total going to be? Caleb.
900.
How did you know it was going to be 900?
Because you add up all the sides on
How many sides are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. A 7-sided figure is 900 degrees. How did you do it?
subtract 2 first.
Yeah, you can do that too. 7 minus 2 times 180. But guys, all heptagons, all 7-sided figures will be 900. That is something you can memorize. 7 sides, 900. Okay? So in my last class, many of them had it memorized. They said, oh, 7 sides, 900. 6 sides, 720. 8 sides, 1080. They just have that memorized. But if you don't, you can use your formula to find the total. Okay? Now that we have a total, where did I get 792 from? All the other angles added together. Now what can I do to find x? Subtract it from both sides. X has to be 108 degrees in order for this to be a true heptagon. Okay? All right. Now, this is one that many people struggle with. Turn to the back of your quiz. It's number 12 on your quiz. Number 12 on your quiz. Okay, raise your hand. How many of you put 720 on number 12 on your quiz? Okay, so that is the number one mistake that I saw from your quiz. Okay, what is the sum of the angle measures of an octagon? Can anybody tell me? Just tell me, what is it, Sam? 1,080. Okay, but here's the problem. It's each. It's individual. It's one. You gave me the total. You gave me the total. I need one. So if I know the total, how do I figure out one? Divide by however many sides are in the figure. And I'm not going to tell you that. So you have to know that an octagon has how many sides?
8.
And what is 1080 divided by 8? 135 degrees. Here's the key, guys. It's regular, and what regular means is that they all have the same measure sides and angles. Okay, so I can do this. Now a hexagon. What is the angle measure of a hexagon equal?
720.
Oh my goodness, this looks a lot like your quiz. 720. And what would you divide it by?
2.
What would you divide it by? 6. How many sides are in the figure? To find 1, and 720 divided by 6 is 120 degrees. Okay? Do you see the difference? You just have to read the directions. I'm probably going to drop that hint tomorrow after I hand out the test, but just in case I don't, each individual means find the sum and divide by the number of sides. Okay, using similar triangles. All right, I actually had a lot of people getting this right. So go ahead and solve for x. Let's everybody solve for x. Go ahead and do that. Once you solve for x, you have enough information now to tell me yes or no. All right, did you set up the equation 58 plus 60 plus x? Okay. Guys, this is the very simple part of solving for this. 58 plus 60 plus x. I thought I had it. Hold on one sec. Here we go. 58 plus 60 plus x equals 180. So that is 118 plus x equals 180. And how do I solve for x? Just tell me.
Minus 180.
Subtract 118. Okay, now my suggestion to you is this. Once you find x, plug it back into the triangle. Does everybody agree now that you know all 3 angle measures of this triangle?
Yes, ma'am.
So here is the criteria. The 2 angle measures on the other triangle have to match exactly with 2 of the angle measures on the first triangle. Does 60 have a match? Yes. Does 62 have a match? Yes. So because they both have a match, that means that 58 has to be a match. It can't be any other angle measure if it's going to equal 180. It can't be any other measure. So I don't even have to do the second equation. I know based on this information that my answer is yes. Guys, please do not make me take off. I will have to take off 2 points tomorrow on your test if you don't say yes. I had so many people yesterday on the quiz, and I gave you the points anyway, reluctantly, but I did, because you literally said x equals 62, so I knew that you knew why, but you forgot to say yes. You have to say yes. And I had people yesterday saying yes with no work. Do you think they got any credit? No, you don't get any credit if you don't show me work. All right, so please make sure you do that. All right, you have a review section tomorrow. Here are your concepts that you need to review. Translations with ordered pairs. What if I told you that you need to go 4 units up, let me change that, 3 units down, and 2 units left. And here's your ordered pair. 4, negative 5. Go ahead and give me the new ordered pair following that translation. All right, Tatiana, what would it be?
1 is negative 7.
Okay, we subtract 3 from 4 because wait, hold on now.
Yeah.
Nope. Left, subtract 2 from 4. I did write it backwards, but that helps us review that we need to make sure that we do it in the right order. Because it's left, we go 2 units left, we do 4 minus 2 to get my new x. And if I go 3 units down, I go down to negative 8. Okay, so translations. Okay, what about a rotation 180 degrees? Rotate 180 degrees. I'm not going to give you the key to start. I did give you the key on your test. Okay, rotate this ordered pair. Negative 3, negative 4. Rotate it 180 degrees. This is probably the easiest one to memorize, though. Yeah, Jeremiah. Okay, what is it, Jeremiah? You do the opposite signs. Keep them in the same order, and you do the opposite signs for a rotation of 180. All right? What about this equation? You have 2 equations on your review section tomorrow. Negative 2 times x minus 4 equals 20. Go ahead and solve that equation. Negative 2 times x minus 4 equals 20. Okay, negative 2x. Hey, where did I get negative 2x from? Distribute. What's negative 2 times negative 4? Nope.
8.
How many people got this part right? Negative 2x plus 8. Okay, you've got to multiply. I still have people trying to subtract negative 2 minus 4. This is multiplication. Negative 2 times negative 4 is positive 8 equals 20. Now subtract 8 from both sides, and you get negative 2x equals 12. Divide both sides by negative 2, and x equals negative 6. The last question on your test is solving for y. You know what, guys? I'm really tired of you guys missing this problem. This is in Chapter 1 of your Algebra 1 books. This is on your midterm, and it's going to be on your final. This is very important that you know how to rewrite an equation. Actually, in Chapter 4, rewriting equations becomes crucially important. Okay? If you have 5x plus 10y equals 30, I want you to solve for y. Do it now. Go ahead and solve for y. Okay, what is the first thing I'm going to do to both sides? What's the first thing I'm going to do, Chloe? And because it's positive, I need to subtract it. Can I combine 30 minus 5x? Can I combine that? No, they are not like terms. All right, I'm going to teach you something in Chapter 4 about the order here, and I'm going to go ahead and write it in the proper order. My slope-intercept form, which we're going to learn in Chapter 4, says that my x term is written first. Okay? So negative 5x plus 30. If you wrote 30 minus 5x, I will accept that on your test tomorrow. That's fine. What now do I divide everything by in the equation? 10, whatever's connected to y. 10 all the way across. Okay? So my answer is y equals negative 1/2 x plus 3. Okay? Okay, well, those are easy adjustments to make. All right, you have one of those on your test tomorrow, and then you will have a bonus also. All right, so, oh, and you also have a proportion question where it's like height of the tree and height of the person. That's your modeling real life. That's your, but you have to use a proportion. Okay? Yeah. So, that's everything you need to know for your test tomorrow for Chapter 3.